What we do is I have about at my disposal, and what we'll do is capturing from the of the conference, which is emerging paradigms and innovative practices in commerce, accountancy, and management. I have bundled it and I have consolidated that and converted that into three things: the foundational and the fundamental pillars, so to say, of the business. And what are these three things? CAM, when I'm writing there, it's commerce as an activity. I'm talking about accountancy when I talk about as a field. When it comes to a business, it becomes a role of an accountant. So whether it is accounts, finance, tax, audit, treasury, whatever you may call, but this is the role of an accountant that I'm going to refer to. I'm also going to refer to the commerce as an activity where you have the buying, selling, marketing, distribution, and all of that, and the management. So what does the management do? Strategizing, taking decisions, organizing resources, people management, which is a HR function, process management. So all of this is the role of a management. What I've done is taking it from the stream or the faculty or the department or the discipline. I'm now going to take you to a business, how the business is run and how AAA has a relevance. I'll come to what this AAA stands for, but what's the relevance of this AAA? But before that, what does all this constitute? A business. And can somebody tell me what are the constituents, what are the parameters of a successful business? Can somebody tell me? Three important parameters of a successful business. Yeah, anybody? Now I want, see, I'm going to be a little interactive. It's not that it's one-sided. I want the answers from you so that I know every time that you all are away. Customer satisfaction. Anybody? Profits. Profits, yes. What else? Yeah, there's so many things to talk about.
Reputation.
Huh?
Market reputation.
Market reputation, all it okay. So I tell you, there are three important key parameters for a successful business. The first and the foremost is survival. Are you in sync or no? Do you agree?
Yes.
You need to survive. You need to compete with others. You need to be competitive. Correct? The second important aspect is the performance. You need to perform. And what you need to do to perform? You need to innovate. You need to adopt the technological innovation, which is very, very important while performing, while surviving, because you need to be competitive as well. And the third important parameter is growth. So when you go for the technological innovation, and I'm trying to connect it with the theme of the conference, where we are talking about the innovation, we are talking about the changing paradigms. It's very important that we innovate technologically. And that gives you not just a growth, but it gives you a sustainable growth. Very important. What do you mean by sustainable growth?
Which is constant in nature.
Constant in nature, it continues over a period of time. It's not that today you grow at 10%, 20% CAGR and tomorrow you are nowhere. You come down to, in a single digit and then suddenly you vanish. So a sustainable growth is very important. So you need to be competitive, embrace technological innovation, and we are going to focus on technological innovation in this entire session. Okay? So we go to the three A's. Anybody guessing? What are these three A's that I am going to refer to? Just guess. What are these three A's? In fact, I sent the title earlier, which I changed it to a short form of three A's. Can somebody tell me what are these three A's?
Automation.
Automation is one. Yes.
Authorization.
Sorry?
Authorization.
Authorization. No. 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 So I'll take you without wasting any time because I have only some time here to talk about. There's a lot of stuff which I want to present, but we have a limited time frame in front of us. So automation is something very important. What is automation? What is automation in general? See, I'm not going to be too technical because I know that you are from a particular background. I don't want to be too technical, but at the same time, you should know something which is very apparent. Automate, automatic, automation. What does that mean?
Reduction of human intervention.
Yes, less human intervention or no human intervention, but what is it that is being done? Performing some task which is repetitive in nature, correct? Without human intervention or with minimal human intervention. And who does that? Who does that? When we talk about automation, machine, system, software, technology, this will all help in automating, correct? So that is automation. I've just put down few things here. Use of technology, which could be software or robotics. You have the robots, okay, doing all these tasks, performing all these tasks right from the time of assembly lines when everything would move on the conveyor belt, one after the other process would get done right from the raw material infusion to the final product. Things would all come out. That's automation, correct? So that is something where we now talk about RPA. Anybody, what is RPA? What's the full form of RPA? Robotic process automation, right? So there is a robot, okay, which are called virtual bots, right, or agents to mimic human interactions with digital systems. When we interact today, there are a lot of chatbots, and now we are evolving. We are now going, phase by phase. We are moving to the new technologies every day, and this technology is moving so fast that without that, you can't even think, today to automate something or today to perform some task. AI and ML powered automation. This is the last step today. Automation is powered by AI. What does the triad mean? Somebody would have seen the title. AAA triad in CAM. Correct? CAM is Commerce Accountancy Management. What is triad? When I talk about triad, can somebody tell me what the meaning of triad? Sorry?
Trio.
Trio. But what does that mean? Triad is the connectivity, the linkage, the interdependence. So when I talk about 3A's, there is a lot of linkage between the two. And that's where I'm talking. I've not taken you to the other tools, 2A's, but the first one is the automation, where AI powers the automation. And that is where now we can see a lot of complex decision-making processes happening without any human intervention. AI is powering automation. Earlier automation was there, but it was all predefined automation, pre-ruled automation. You have to write down the coding, you have to do the complete software, you have to write down which would enable the automation which I talked about, the assembly line right from the raw materials till the final product. Now you don't have to do all that because it's powered by AI, which is going beyond coding, which is going beyond software, which is going beyond writing down the codes. So AI and ML. What is ML? Machine learning. Machine learning also is kind of AI because it learns. Machine learns through what? And data is key to everything. So AI and ML powered automation is now there to handle the complex decision making. What's the relevance? And I will take you. In fact, I'm getting into a little insights of all of this, and that's where I wanted to bring out what is getting automated now. What is getting automated now is the invoice processing, the financial reporting, the payroll processing, inventory management, employee onboarding, dashboard generations. This is all now you can see. You can see all of this happening in the businesses. Now you don't see the manual intervention here at all. These are all getting automated. If the candidate has to be, taken into the service by a business, the screening is done automatically. The candidate's profile is matched with the job requirement, and that is where everything happens. In fact, the preliminary interview also takes place through chatbot. The preliminary interview, the score is being given to every skill sets, this skill that is being possessed by the candidate, and that is where finally it goes for the approval, and then the HR role comes in where somebody says that okay, whether we need to take this candidate or we don't have to take the candidate. That's the candidate screening. Invoice processing and all of those are little complex. I will not take more time on that, but we'll appropriately look at them as and when we take that slide. Evolution of automation. How did it get evolved? What is the phase by phase? How is it getting more and more mature? I talked about RPA, rule-based repetitive tasks, which used to get performed earlier, which is now getting into cognitive. Cognitive also has become old now because the things are changing so fast. Technology is advancing so fast. Cognitive automation is what? Where I mentioned about HR screening, right? Cognitive is nothing but a matching or marrying AI with the automation, with a robot, with a machine, with a system. So that is cognitive. We then go to the next step, which is Gen AI, correct? Generative AI. Now it starts generating invoice processing. Just to give you an example, okay? How it all happens. You get the invoice, business gets invoices from several vendors in different forms. The invoice comes, when you purchase something, the invoice comes, right? So what happens? The system is so automated that it will scan the invoice in whatever format it could be, right? And after that, what happens? Automatically, it will match it with the purchase order that you have placed with the vendor. It will also match with the goods actually received. So GRNs, etc. it would match with. And after that, the entries would automatically get recorded. It will have the entries passed. Okay, no manual intervention at all. Automatically, the entries would get passed. After that, it doesn't end there. What will happen after that? The vendor, as per the commercial arrangement, the payment has to be made to the vendor. It will automatically make the payment to the vendor. So now you can imagine right from the time the invoice comes till the time the vendor is recorded. They also look at even the format is done with the vendor's master, and after that the entry gets recorded and the payment goes automatically to the vendor. This is the kind of automation that we are looking at it today. We then have agentic AI powered automation. What is agentic? What is agentic? Would you know? Because I think I'm sure you are good at technology now. It is the next Gen Z that Srinivasan mentioned, Enchai mentioned. What is agentic power? Agentic AI? I've written there. It can reason. It can reason. It can plan. It can perform multi-level tasks. It's not just one task it can perform. It can perform multi-level tasks. So it doesn't require your approval, your authorization at all. It takes its own decisions. So the automation is to that extent, right? Supply chain and procurement are the examples. Procurement, just to take a minute, I will explain to you what is procurement. I purchase something from the suppliers, right? What happens in the beginning, even the identification of the vendor, the machine or the automation does. The system does. The identification of the vendor, it could be geographically anywhere. Okay, they will even bid for the vendors. They will negotiate with the vendors. The system will negotiate with the vendors. Okay, the contract will be drafted. That also drafting will be done by the machine, by the system. After that, what happens? The generation of the purchase order, vendor getting into the system, all of that gets done by the system, and that is agentic AI powered. AI, these are the categories of AI which are getting evolved. And now it's not year on year, it's month on month, the evolvement happens. And if you will be wondering to see what is the last one, autonomous intelligence system. What is autonomous intelligence? You must be thinking that AI, if it does everything in agentic AI category, what more is left? What more is left? Can somebody tell me what is autonomous intelligence system? What is autonomous intelligence? Tesla, yes, I have put that driverless vehicle, and that's where I wanted to tell you. The other day I was talking to my son, who bought Tesla a couple of days back, and he was driving the Tesla, and he was just sitting at the driver's seat. He doesn't have to do anything. It's driverless. It drives on its own. You just set a map. You tell them. In fact, now it's a conversation chatbot. You only tell, I want to go to this place. It will take you to that place. The moment you take control of the steering, it will give the command to you. Very interesting. It would give the command to you and you start driving. Till such time, it will drive on its own. My son was telling me that the moment I took control and the moment I took a diversion to a particular lane, the system immediately popped up saying that why did you take a diversion? What was wrong in the route that I had taken? This is the question that is coming up from the system. Can you imagine? It's not manual, not human. System is asking you why did you take a diversion? When it was not required, this route would have been better. You have taken divergence on this route. Why? So that is autonomous intelligence system. What does that mean? The intelligence level is either matched with that of a human or it is now getting exceeded. What a human possesses, the intelligence that human possesses, machine system and the new AI, is driving it beyond that. Why? What's the reason? Can somebody tell me what's the reason that you can think that AI bases the systems which are getting generated? You know why they are more intelligent than human? What could be the reason? What could be the reason? Why they are driving it beyond human intelligence? Come on, guess. I want some answer. I want you to be a little active, not just passive listeners. Tell me why. Because they have more resources. System has more resources at its disposal. And what is this resource? The data, the experiences that have gone in the system for all these years. Now suddenly all of that is being learned by the system. Humans do not have that much of capability to learn so much. It can't have capacity to go through the entire data that is available on Google. But AI has. When I say AI, those are the AI tools, the agents, they have this capability. So that is where we go to the next A. But before that, how many of y'all are using Alexa? In fact, there was a mention about Alexa being used. Siri, Google Gemini. How many of y'all are using Alexa or Google Gemini? Almost everybody. So what is that? What is this device? What is this device? Alexa, when you talk about, or when you talk about Google Gemini, and of course Microsoft also is the Siri there, but not in terms of the device, physical device. I'm not sure that they also are planning to come with one. But what is this, and what is it being used for?
Voice assistant.
Sorry, voice assistant. Yes, it's a voice assistant. So what does it do? It streams music, correct? It sets alarms for you. It gives you the weather report, etc. What else it does? What else it does? Or how are you using it? It manages your gadgets, home gadgets, electronic gadgets. Say, Alexa, switch on the light. Alexa, switch off the light. Does it do all that? Huh? Now what else? What else it does? Because it's not the end. They all want to, Amazon wants to take Alexa to the next level. Google wants to take it to the next level. Siri is being taken to the next level by Apple. Tell me, what is it? What is it? What is that next level of automation driven by AI? They are all talking about it. Now see, first of all, read this. It says, the new Gemini will feature advanced natural language understanding. That means now you don't have to say hello Google or okay Google and then say some command which only Google will be able to understand. Otherwise it will not respond to you. Otherwise it will say, sorry, I can't make out what you are talking. Now it will understand your natural language, the way you speak. The way you speak to your colleagues, the way you speak to your friends, the way you speak to your parents at home, it will understand. And the way you want, you can get the things done from there. That's one part. The most other important part which I want to bring out is that it will do the task, it will perform the task for you. If you have some orders put in the Amazon, it will tell you, it will keep reminding you there is some order pending. Do you want to buy? It will ask you. And if you say yes, it will say that can I make the payment on your behalf? It will make the payment also on your behalf. This is the interactive conversational chatbot that is getting converted. Can you imagine life is going to become so simpler that you can order through Alexa? I had installed, some camera, what you call indoor camera, surveillance purpose and all. Even that is getting connected to Alexa. So all of these gadgets are getting connected. You can even perform tasks. Not only that, now it says Alexa Plus will now enable users with accessibility across formats, including browsers, mobiles, and devices. So this is the next level. How many of you know on Amazon? How many of you buy through Amazon? There's something called Ruffles there, RUFUS, where you can ask some question or you can query. You can check about what do I need to give to somebody who is of so and so age, etc. etc. I want to give some gift. Ruffles will guide you. Now they are saying that Ruffles will go in the backseat, and it will be all performed by Alexa Plus. They are bringing in that technology. Alexa Plus will help you with everything. So this is what I wanted to show it to you. Let's look at this video. It's very interesting video. It's at one of the Chinese fair. It's 130th fair. They're talking about automation, the robots. It's very interesting to see. Could you just switch off this lens also so that it's more clear? I have some videos, some very interesting videos to share with you, and I'm sure you'll all like it.
This is the biggest trade fair in the world, 138 Canton Fair, and it's absolutely insane. Thousands of booths, hundreds of thousands of people, and every futuristic product that you can imagine all in one place. Let me show you. This is unreal. I just walked into the robot area and there are robots everywhere. Dancing robots, robots giving a massage, which I need, patrol robot, robot dogs, just every type of robot that you didn't even think exists. There are hotel service robots, delivery robots, vacuum cleaners, lawn mowers, literally every kind of robot that you can imagine. This isn't the future anymore. This is the now. But the future doesn't stop there. Just a few rows down, I walked into the EV section. I saw cars with interiors that look straight out of a spaceship, trucks that literally look like transformers, and these tiny electric cars that are so cute but fully functional. Even the golf cars here are driving themselves, just cruising around like they own the place. It's wild to see how fast technology is moving. But then I found something that completely blew my mind. A headband. Yes, a headband that helps you sleep by reading your brain waves. It covers your eyes, plays calming music, and literally syncs with your mind to help you relax. And right next to it, another version designed for meditation, scientifically built to train your brain to focus better. And just when I thought I've seen it all, it gets even crazier. I saw air gym equipment, no real weights, just smart resistant, adjusts automatically and shows you all the stats. AI glasses that does everything that you can think of. And then this, a hair dryer so powerful it can make 3 or 4 full bottles literally float in the air. That's how strong it is. Every booth has something new, something you didn't know existed until you're standing right in front of it. It's exciting, it's overwhelming in the best way possible. This is the 138th Canton Fair in Guangzhou.
So that's the automation that we are looking at. And China is always in forefront, you know. So you see all of this, which some of them you might not see here, but that's what it is. We now go to the second A out of the 3 A's. First was automation. What could be the next one? I didn't get the answer at that time. What is the second A?
Authentication.
No, something to do with the technology. Something to do with technology. Yeah. So 3 A's, the second A is analytics. Okay, very important. And what is this analytics about? Data analytics. Do you agree or no? Automation, then comes the analytics, which is data analytics. So we look at what is analytics. What does it do? You heard about analyzing something, right? We analyze. We get data, we look through the raw data and we analyze it so that there's some purpose behind analyzing, right? I do it for some reason. I look at the financial statements because there's an objective or purpose to see what the financials, the profit, the turnover, or certain expense items, etc. I look at something so that I get something. So what does this data analytics do? Which is a technological analytics. It gives you the meaningful trends, the patterns, and the insight. And AI uses this data. Have you heard about the analytics done by the government income tax department seeking data from so many places? Why do they do that? GST, they call for the data from GST. Why? Because somewhere they want to know that there's no non-compliance, no tax evasion under income tax. Because certain turnover you reported for GST, you might not know that GST have reported something, but have not shown the income from that under the income tax act. Government is now plugging all of this. They are seeking the information from various departments ultimately, and that's all analytics. They want to understand where there is a lapse. So there's a purpose behind it. This analytics is very important. Today the data, as I mentioned to you, is enormous. It's vast. Manually it's possible for you to look at this data, but system does it in no time. Let me tell you, there's a case law. For example, there's a court case, which is running into some 300, 400 pages. And if I start reading it and ultimately see what is the end conclusion in that case law, it will take how much time for me to go through 300, 400 pages and then see the conclusion. I could have straight gone to the conclusion, but I will not know what are the facts, what are the arguments placed, etc. And at the end, what was the conclusion of the court. But if you give it to the system, the analytics, it will do it in few seconds. It will give you the summary the way you want. What is the argument of the department? What is the argument of the taxpayer? What is the conclusion? What are the facts of the case? In that systematic manner, you will get everything in no time. Can you imagine the vastness, the enormity of this whole this analytics? So analytics is very very important in as far as the automation and the AI goes. AI also powers analytics. This is we are talking about modern data analytics to provide business intelligence and data visualization. Predictive analysis. We somewhere will see what is predictive analytics. In the next slide we will see. It again is powered by AI and machine learning. Okay, artificial intelligence and machine learning is giving you predictive. Can somebody tell me at least from the word what is predictive analysis? Predictive. The word itself, tells you predict. It can predict. So what all you can use it for? For example, weather forecasting is something very common that we think. क्या होने वाला है, कल क्या होने वाला है. Sales forecasting is very important from business standpoint. How much is going to be the sales in a particular region? Geographically, I have the stores everywhere. I have the sales happening everywhere. Which all places I am going to have sales at X, sales at Y, sales at Z. So what will it give me? It will help me in stocking, inventorizing, things. I know that here the sales is going to be X plus something. I have to put the stock there. Here it's going to be X minus Y something. I have to remove some stocks out of that. So it does all of that, and that is the predictive analytics, which is not just giving you some result out of looking at the data, but which is also forecasting something what is going to happen in future. That is predictive analytics. So what the relevance? Improve sales forecasting, dynamic pricing strategy. How many of you know that Amazon changes the price in a day so many times? Do you know that? You might not know. You have to understand. Morning, if you will see, the price will be X. Afternoon, you will see the price will be Y. Evening, you will see price will be Z. Why? Because it knows that the supply is picking up, the demand is increasing. Let me dynamically increase the price. There's no human intervention. Sometimes we feel that human is doing all this. Now they come to know that the sales is X plus Y, so let's increase the price. It's not done humanly at all. It's all done by the system, and that is what is helping them. Management accountants, we are talking about, in terms of faculty of management. Now they are not going to do variance analysis. You remember the cost accountants, what was the job? Doing variance analysis. Now they are going to do data analytics. Real-time data analytics. It's not historical. Real-time. And real-time has a meaning in technology. It's now. It's now. Not even few seconds, not even few minutes back. It's now. That's what we are talking about, real-time. Okay. The analytics maturity model, we are just going to see how it has evolved over a period of time. We have descriptive analytics. What happened? So what we used to do, we used to take sales report, purchase history, financial statements we used to go through, and we'll ask the system to analyze it for us. So it was a past data which was being given to a system, and it was analyzing and giving you the answers, right? So this was what, in fact, the answers also were not given, the answers were at the next stage. They were only giving you the data, complete data in front of you. Next level was diagnostic. Why? Why the sales have dropped? Why there's a high attrition rate? Why there is a delayed delivery or delayed inventory being given? So this is what is now it started giving you the solution answer to that. First one was a question, it was giving you something, you were looking at it manually. Second one, it's not just looking at it, but if you have the question, it will answer to you. This is the reason. Why does the sales drop? Because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons that I can make out from this statement, I am giving you the answers. So that is what the next stage was. Now this predictive analysis we just talked about. What will? Risk assessment, sales forecasting, these are all important. Risk assessment, when I give you the example, is somebody taking a loan for a banking sector, for a financial sector. Okay, if somebody is taking a loan, you need to understand the credibility or the credentials of that borrower, whether he would be able to repay the loan or not. System will now be able to tell you basis the data. It will pick up the data from so many places, so many sources, and it will tell you whether this borrower will be able to honor the loan or not, it will be able to repay to you the loan or not, and basis that the banks or the financial institutions will take the call whether to give loan or not to give loan. That is predictive. Okay. Prescriptive. What should? Now I want the solution. If something is happening, why it should happen, what should be the reason, and why it should. So dynamic pricing, stock management, cash management, all of this gives you prescriptive. It also gives you the solution along with the reason why it is giving you that solution. And the final one is the autonomous. AI decides. Financial reconciliation, real-time fraud detection, very important. Real-time fraud detection and nowadays, has become very common. Cyber security, we are talking about. So cyber frauds, lot of such frauds are happening. It can give you the alarm in advance that something like this is likely to happen. So be careful. That is what the risk assessment, a real-time fraud detection. Security investment. Do you know robots with the help of analytics can become like an investment advisor to you? How many of you all have used AI or robots or system to give you the advice on what stock to buy or what stock not to buy? You have done that, right? You have experienced that. So that is the kind of technology level that we are looking at, that it can give you the advice. And I have seen many times those advices go through that, as humans, what we make, the decisions about investing in the stocks or not. Because it has the data in front of it, and it goes through every data. It can be wrong, and we'll look at the challenges also in terms of relying on the AI or relying on the automation and the analytics. But this is what it is. Very important and very interesting. Can you just switch off the lights? This video you just see, and you will understand what is analytics. What our businesses do in terms of analytics.
Nisha Ambani just weaponized customer data. Reliance Retail launched a new fashion store called Azorte. But the moment you enter, it feels less like a clothing store and more like an AI lab. There are smart trial rooms where you select outfits digitally and staff brings everything directly to you. No hunting through racks, no carrying piles of clothes around the store. Then comes the crazy part. Azorte uses AI body scanning technology to analyze your height, body shape and skin tone, then recommends outfits and colors designed specifically for you. Even checkout is optimized. No long billing queues, no traditional shopping chaos. But here's the real business strategy nobody is talking about. Every interaction inside the store becomes data. What you clicked, what you tried, what you ignored, what almost made you buy. And that changes everything. Because while Zara and H&M still rely on trends and assumptions, Azorte can learn Indian consumer behavior in real time. The future of retail may not belong to the brands with the best clothes, but to the brands that understand customers better than anyone else. Would you trust AI to decide your fashion choices?
So you can see, and this was the video which has become viral. I don't know, some of you might have got it on your WhatsApp, but this is very important from analytics perspective. What he mentioned at the end, what it does, whatever you do, whatever task you perform inside the store is all getting recorded, and basis that analysis at a future date, it's all now. See, I want to tell you in the beginning that the focus is entirely changing from the operations or from the brand to the consumer satisfaction. Now everything is evolving around consumer behavior, consumer expectations you are supposed to meet, the value, the delivery that you are going to give to the consumer. All of these are becoming more and more important. Consumer expectation. You only now look at what consumer wants. Do it accordingly and you will succeed in your business. Rather than saying, my brand, consumer have to come to me. That's not the day. Now things are changing. So you have to understand, how analytics is helping. What's the third A now? I think I must have told you during the discussion, but what's the third A that we are talking about? What's the third A? Now you should know at least technology, automation we talked about, analytics we talked about, and what is powering this automation and analytics? AI, correct? It's very, very simple answer. Artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? It's this question itself may look very silly for you all. What is artificial intelligence? Huh? Simple answer. General knowledge. You're talking about AI. 50% of the business papers today carry the news of AI. 50% of the business paper. Any paper you take and it's going to talk about AI. What is artificial intelligence? Come on, it's a general knowledge question.
Intelligence created by human.
Yes, it's a intelligence of human. But now who is using or who is becoming
Created by human.
created by human is fine. It's intelligence, human intelligence, but which is now seen in machines, which is now seen in technology. that intelligence is now getting transferred to the machines. So I will define technology that enables system or machine to perform the task which typically require human intelligence. Correct? Machine is performing tasks. We saw all of this. How machines are performing all of this. So what is it? It's all doing what human intelligence could have done. Intelligence is getting now borrowed or transferred or transmitted into machines. Right? Human can't say now that, oh, I am intelligent. Nobody can beat me. Now there are machine systems, technology to beat you in all aspects. So that is artificial intelligence. And as I told you somewhere, artificial intelligence is now going to go beyond the intelligence of the human. And that day you can imagine, when you can say that machine is more intelligent than human. Can you ever think of it? So that's the day that we are looking at. Helps move beyond efficiency to intelligence, foresight, and transformation. We are saying business transformation. It's all, changing. So from efficiency is now no more important. We say, oh, person is efficient. He is efficient, but it's not important anymore. You don't need to go beyond that. You need to be intelligent. You need to be having a foresight. What's going to happen? Predictive analytics. And you need to transform something from one to the other. AI powers both automation, I told you, and the analytics. And what is the relevance? Dynamic content creation. I wanted to ask you this question. What is AI doing? When you use chatbot, what do you call it? ChatGPT. Yeah, open AI, ChatGPT, or you use any of this, like Google Gemini now, for example, or for that matter, there are many more, DeepSeek, and so on. So many of them. What ultimately you get done? You get content created for you. You want something, it creates. In fact, the other day I wanted, one of the wall at home was very plain wall. I thought, I should put some frames there. So I asked ChatGPT. I put it there, saying that I have a plain wall of so and so size, measuring so and so. What do you suggest I need to put, there? And I want some photo frames or something to be put there. ChatGPT gave me the answers, and it kept giving me the answers. I kept filtering it, and finally and then I told that I want 4 frames to be put of so and so size. It gave me 4 different seasons, and it gave me such a beautiful, painting. And the what we call landscaping, etc. That I was literally amazed that had it been me, I to prepare something, I could not have done that. So it has given me that kind of a painting. So content creation is something, and the real-time business intelligence dashboards. Now the business management, if you look at, they want only the dashboards. They only want to have the highlights of what is happening. It creates the business intelligence dashboards. So to summarize, in a business, all of these functions which are, being performed today are all getting impacted by AAA, automation, analytics, and AI. Whether it's corporate functions, as I mentioned, or it's a sales and marketing, consumer behavior, supply chain, human resource, they are using AI in a big way now. ESG compliances, reporting, all the compliances on the one hand, operations on the other hand, and wealth measurement, which is the corporate functions, strategic management, and decision making. This is the relevance of AAA, and triad, as I told you, there is a interlink, connectivity and the linkage between all the three. I was, amazed with this. These are newspaper items that I have tried capturing for you. It says this is not just another tech revolution. AI could alter how output is generated, resources are allocated, and the ratio of what capital and labor are. Let's not get blindsided by it. What does that mean? Let's not get blindsided by it. Anybody can tell me what is blindsiding? Blindsiding? Huh? What does it mean? Blindsided. Yes? Blindly following to an extent, but it's not the right answer. Ignoring something. Let's not blindside it. Let's not ignore it. It's going to be there. Now you have to be, taking cognizance of this. This is the future. So you should not ignore it. Who is Bernard Marr? Anybody? Again, a general knowledge question. You might have heard about this. Who is he? He is a world-renowned futurist. World-renowned futurist. He is a strategic business advisor. He is based out of US. Okay. and he is also a bestseller author.
The most transformative technology that we've, as humans, have ever had access to, and it means organizations need to completely rethink. And for me, it goes far beyond what we've seen in the past, where with the internet and the mobile revolution, some of the more transformative waves that we've seen before, companies almost use them as tools. Maybe the internet a bit more meant you had to rethink your business model a little bit. With AI, we have to fundamentally rethink what we do, whether this is augmented reality, virtual reality. In the past, you needed a games designer to design a digital twin for you, or you needed to have, if you wanted a virtual shop front, now you can have a conversation with an AI agent and it will build you whatever you want. So this is a complete transformation. On the other hand, we have technologies like quantum computing that will have a big impact on how we run AI, and it will accelerate what we can do. Beyond this, we have the ability to edit our genes. We have robotics that is advancing really fast, where we will have increasingly intelligent machines. All of this means that our world will continuously accelerate in terms of innovation over the next foreseeable future. So I don't think we will see these distinct industrial revolutions. It's more like a continuous acceleration that is ahead of us.
Yeah. So what was important at the end is not just like any other industrial revolution. Okay, it's going to be a continuous acceleration. It's going to evolve every day, every hour, every minute. That's the kind of technology that we are looking at. It's going to go beyond our imagination, and we'll have to get used to that. So that is something, and he is a futurist, as I mentioned to you. He can, understand, imagine how the business is going to perform going forward, what will it require, to be a good performer. There are certain challenges. I'll just quickly take you through this in terms of the technology. Technology, anybody has heard about hallucinations? What is hallucination? What does that mean? I will just pick up one or two of them. Of course, it involves very high implementation cost, that goes without saying, because corporates have to, invest into AI. And when I talk about AI, it's all AI agents, AI models. The system has to be geared, to use it for your business. What is hallucination? Why I'm taking this is that this is not just to make you to understand, but when you converse with someone, when you talk to somebody, and it should not happen that somebody talks about something and you are completely unaware about it. When it comes to technology, when it comes to AI, hallucination is something which is quite often being talked about. What is hallucination? Come on. I have that bad habit of asking questions. What is hallucination all about? Nobody? Huh? Do you think? Yeah, please.
It takes the answer by their own without verifying the resources.
Yes, correct, right. You are absolutely right. So it's not that when AI you seek certain answers or seek certain solutions and AI gives it to you, it's always right. AI is ultimately relying on the data. The data that you are providing to AI, the system or the tool or the agent, and it's giving you, throwing you, it's now going through all of that data and with some logic and giving you the answer. It's judgmental at times. It can't be 100% right. So when I say hallucination would mean that you get the wrong answers, the faulty answers, the deceptive answers. It may not be right at all. Completely wrong. It can go haywire. So that's why you always see, the what you call the rider. Whenever somebody uses AI, just check GPT. They would have put that, saying that please don't rely, please have it checked, through some other source also. It can't be right always. So that is important. Otherwise, skill gap and employability concerns are very important, and that's where I want to tell you all guys. You are all, still into your academics, and you're going to take your jobs going forward. I want to give you this message, a very important message, that now it's not going to be enough that you learn your, academics, and then you will have to be tech savvy. You'll have to be learning technology, and that's where I show some of the news items that the forward skill workers, the demand is much more than, there are a lot of layoffs happening. You must have seen all these companies are laying off their people. Why? Because now they have the machine systems to work for them. Why should they have or why should they hire people? They are not hiring people, but they want some expert, skilled workers who are skilled in technology to help them. So now the demand is going to be moving more towards that rather than your academics. So that's very important. I want to bring out that. There are regulatory frameworks which I can skip for the want of time. This is in EY how we have powered all our client services based on the AI. I just wanted to put something on this, but I think we have lesser time, 5 10 more minutes. These are all EY is having and every week we develop lot of agents. You see AI agents live in production. It can now be given to the clients. So all of these agents every week we have. This is as on the 8th of July. Now this week if we'll see, next week we'll see again we'll have another 13, 14 agents coming up. So what does this mean? It's a complete evolvement, complete evolution happening. You keep changing, you keep adding the agents to yourself. Three transformative cases I want to bring up. There's a change in customer experience building strategies. Earlier it was customers' purchase history and preferences you were looking at, and basis that you were trying to sell your products, correct? You are looking at, customer is preferring this, customer history shows that they have always gone with this. I would now try to, produce and sell this more. Now it is going to hyper personalization. Customer segmentation and profiling would mean that geographically, psychologically, so many profiles are being made of the customers and finally the goods are sold. So this is customer profiling and segmenting. Second case is supply chain, matching supply with demand, connecting sellers and buyers across different geographies. Now it is moving to conversational commerce, social commerce, experiential commerce, and generating multilingual support. Languages could be different. Now there also AI is helping, to overcome the language difficulty. What is social commerce? Now that I'm sure you also know, and I think that has been talked about also by the earlier speakers. What is social commerce? What do you mean by social commerce? Come on, guys, you should know. I don't know why there's a complete silence in all of you. I thought you all are Gen Z tech savvy. I might have to learn something, but you all have imbibed all of this into your blood. What is social commerce? What is social? What is social? What are social websites? What are social platforms? Instagram we talked about Facebook, we talked about WhatsApp. Now the commerce is happening, commercial activity is all happening through social commerce. How many of you have worked looking at some product on Instagram? Do you do that or no? So that's social commerce. All commercial activities taking place through these platforms, which is more, business oriented rather than selling it through normal e-commerce sites. E-commerce sites you have digital commerce, but social commerce is emerging. Now you see more and more products coming first time on Instagram rather than on the other sites. Intelligent content management. I will not take more time on this. Content creation, as I mentioned to you about. Digital payment, somebody was talking about. I think Jay also mentioned about it, and Srinivasan also mentioned. Digital UPI transactions. Now this is now getting AI powered. They have talked about India may allow agentic AI-led UPI transactions. So the payment mechanism is also going to be revolutionized. That means less and less human intervention is all going to be autonomous. System will take care of everything. Payment right from end-to-end payment, right from beginning till end, everything will be done by the system. AI agents may equal TCS human workforce in 3 years. Very important. Can you just see this? It's saying if the company has 500,000 employees, the day is not far when the company will have 500,000 AI agents. Can you imagine? He is now equating agents, AI agents, which I showed you. There are 14 agents that EY made only in 1 week. You are going to have as many agents, AI agents, as the employee number. So you can imagine the kind of AI transformation. Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, is saying as AI and agents take on more and more of the execution, the opportunity is to expand human agency and design how the work gets done. So this is what I was telling you, the statistics. AI skilled developer. You had software developer earlier, right? People used to go for computer software course. You know, the first preference was always in terms of engineering. Suppose somebody wanted to get into engineering discipline, what is the most popular? Earlier it used to be mechanical engineering. After that it became computer software, right? Now and IT, for example. Now people are saying AI skill developer demand jump 60%. You can imagine now. You know what the kind of ratio that's coming up. 660% is going up. These are some of the challenges. Cyber fraud, etc., which we are talking about is all happening where AI is parting in. So it's all because of AI that all of this is happening. I was talking about hallucination, right? So what has happened, Supreme Court gave this finding. What Supreme Court said, misconduct on the part of an advocate to cite non-existent hallucinated judgments. They struck down the arguments of the advocate because he was relying on AI. He had brought out a lot of judgments to defend his case, and finally Supreme Court found out that these all cases were hallucinated cases. Those are not existing at all. He simply relied on AI. He produced all of these judgments which came to be faulty judgments, and on that basis the entire order was struck down. These are the emerging trends. Just the last slide before I just give you a last 2.5 minutes video, which is again very interesting video of digital commerce. E-commerce, what are the future trends is the video that is going to show you. But these are all emerging trends in digital age commerce. Cloud computing we talked about, edge computing, quantum computing. I'm not going to go into the details of all of this. They're all very technical and may not be very useful also. But you have to somewhere in the back of your mind you should know something like this is happening in the world. Okay, that's why I'm putting this. Metaverse. What is metaverse? Can anybody tell me what is metaverse? We talked about AR, VR, augmented reality. You heard about augmented reality, virtual reality. All of this, it's all part of metaverse. Biometrics authentication, robo advisors, all of this. We'll now go to the last video of mine, and with that I end my session. I think I'm on time. I have 5 more minutes. Sorry, I'm taking 5 minutes of yours. So you can just look at this video and you will be thrilled to understand what all is happening in the world today in terms of e-commerce. We are now moving from the store commerce to physical commerce to e-commerce. You know what e-commerce? What is e-commerce? You've been going to the Amazon site, Flipkart and Snapdeal and all of those. It's all talking about it that even there things are changing. What it used to be earlier and what is going to be now in future. And we are talking about 2026, the year when the revolution is happening. We'll look at these new trends. Okay? Should I start?
You're losing money. By 2026, AI-powered personalization isn't optional, it is survival. AI is turning generic online shopping into a just-for-you experience. It crunches every click, every past purchase, every moment your customer hovers over a product. And then it predicts what they want before they know it themselves. By 2026, one-size-fits-all marketing is going to be dead. Winning brands are going to build custom home pages for every customer, send dynamic AI-curated emails that feel like one-on-one conversations, and use predictive analytics to offer exactly what the customer is ready to buy before they even search for it. Now, if you want personalization is the what, generative AI is the how. The content game is no longer about hiring bigger teams, it's about building faster machines. Genuinely did not mean to rhyme there. Generative AI can produce product descriptions, social posts, ad copy, and even video scripts in seconds. And the third trend is a big one. By 2026, your best salesperson is probably not going to be a person at all. This is the rise of conversational commerce. Thanks to massive leaps in AI, chatbots and voice assistants are no longer just for asking and answering little questions. They're evolving into these sophisticated 24/7 sales reps that can guide customers from discovery all the way to checkout. And the best example of this right now is Amazon's AI assistant Rufus. You can ask it a super normal human question, something like, what's a good gift for a 10-year-old who loves astronomy? And it'll give you a curated list of products like a store clicks. And voice commerce in particular is a gold mine. Right now, about 1/3 of consumers use a voice assistant every week. And here's where it's interesting. Those users are 33% more likely to have made an online purchase in the last 7 days. Okay, so what does this actually look like practically for an e-commerce brand? Imagine a Facebook Messenger bot that doesn't just track an order, but it cross-sells a related product and then offers a discount code to encourage a conversion right there. Or imagine just saying to your smart speaker, Alexa, reorder my protein powder. The brands that master this are going to see higher conversion rates and lower customer acquisition costs, all while cutting their support overhead in half. The bottom line here is simple. If your brand can't automatically talk to customers, your competitor's brand will. Okay, let's be real right now. Augmented reality is flipping the e-com world on its head. And this isn't some futuristic gimmick like it was when it was first announced. It's here, it's working, and it's actually boosting conversions like crazy. But there's still time for you to get in on it now before the rest of the world. Just think about it. Trying on sunglasses on your actual face just using your phone. Dropping a virtual couch in your living room to see if it actually fits, previewing a foundation shade or lipstick that matches your exact skin tone. It's not just for looks or a PR stunt, it's driving millions of dollars. IKEA's AR feature led to a 189% increase in conversion rates for products viewed in AR and a 40% drop in returns. Sephora saw a 112% conversion bump from its virtual artist tool because confidence equals conversion. If people know what something's going to look like, either on them or in their space before they actually buy it, they're way more likely to actually get it. When people see it, they trust it, they buy it. Be best for you. Now let's talk about the weirdest, wildest new frontier in e-commerce, metaverse shopping. Yes, it's been hyped. Yes, it's still evolving. But if you think this is some distant sci-fi play, then you're kind of missing the point. Because while most brands are still figuring out email automations, Nike, Gucci, Coca-Cola, and NARS are already building entire worlds inside platforms like Roblox, Fortnite, and Spatial. Because attention is shifting. And in 2026, shopping is not always going to be on a website. It very well might start in a game. Let's look at the receipts. Fans built a skate park in Roblox, 100 million plus visits. NARS launched a virtual beauty quest. Millions of Gen Z users interacted with the brand, explored products, shared avatars, wearing digital makeup. And here's what really matters. Gartner predicts 25% of people will spend at least an hour a day in the metaverse by 2026. This isn't about replacing your Shopify store. It's about being early in a space where attention, culture, and commerce are starting to blend. And the metaverse is where brand loyalty will be experienced, not just messaged.
Yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much. I exceeded my time a little. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, I thought this was very useful and interesting. So I hope you like it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a brilliant, highly informative session. Your industry-grounded insights have given us clear and powerful understanding of the 8 triads relevance in commerce, accountancy, and management. The National Education Policy 2020 calls upon us to move resolutely beyond traditional memorization, shifting our focus entirely towards experiential, application-driven, and skill-focused education. Understand how this visionary mandate can be seamlessly translated into the commerce and management classroom. It is my absolute privilege to invite Dr. Madhurika Sonamne ma'am to share her expertise on experiential learning activities in commerce and management education through NEP 2020, a skill development framework.
A very good afternoon. Yeah, we started in the morning. So many speakers, so many stalwarts, and it was just we are thinking where we are, right? Are you also thinking where you are? So should I request you, all the backsiders, occupy the seats whichever are empty. First activity. जो सीट खाली दिख रही है आगे वहां पे आपको आना है वेरी फास्ट दिख रही है कितने लोग सोच रहे हैं कि हम बैक साइड में बैठे हैं hallucination it is a very tough job for me right, at the lunch time, yeah, I'm going to tell you something. But yes, I'm going to tell you something which since morning we were thinking about what, why, right? All those questions. I'm going to give you an answer. I'm going to give you a solution. That is why I said hallucination not only exists in machines but more about in our minds. ये आज मशीन में आ गया लेकिन ये पहले से हमारे दिमाग में है। तो हम इसको कहीं ना कहीं कभी ना कभी रियल लाइफ में लाने ही वाले थे और वो आ गया. It was in 2008 when first time what we did, Photoshop करके एक ये आता था प्रोग्राम आता था कंप्यूटर्स का 2005-6 में मैंने उसको स्टडी किया and then in 7-8 what we did, we took it to some beauty parlors और उन ब्यूटी पार्लर्स को हमने बोला कि आप इसको यूज करके हमारे लिए वैसा मेकअप बना के दीजिए या हमारे लिए वैसा आउटफिट बना के दीजिए. So that was the first experiment in 2007-8 when it started thinking about AI. It started about knowing about there would be some virtual presences. It is called as virtual presences. तो ये सोच शुरू हो गई थी. 2010 में इसको नाम दिया गया और फिर आज जो हम देख रहे हैं उसका बहुत एडवांस वर्क है. So let us move towards academics. NEP 2020 has led us to think about where the education system is going to go. आज हम लोग सब बोल रहे हैं कि एजुकेशन सिस्टम जो है वो बदल रहा है. लिमिट असाइड क्या खराब हो रहा है क्या अच्छा हो रहा है वो बदल रहा है. बदल रहा है तो किसके लिए बदल रहा है? It is in consideration to the world challenges that our young Gen Z is going to face. हम वो सोच रहे हैं कि आपको कॉम्पीट किसके साथ करना है कि जो इस तरीके के एक्सपेरिमेंट्स कर रहे हैं कि वो स्किल बेस्ड एजुकेशन जो है वो लाए, इंडस्ट्री ओरिएंटेड एजुकेशन लाए और वो कहीं ना कहीं हमको हमारी एकेडमिक्स में फिट करना है. देखो आज भी हम फिलिप कोटलर को पढ़ रहे हैं and we are telling that marketing is what Philip Kotler has taught. But from the first lecture from Srinivasan sir, you would have understood that it is changing. It is changing. It is replacing. Yes, to some extent, it is replacing the previous trade zones. But again, हम लोग जब ये सब सोच रहे हैं हम फिर से बार्टर से जाके फिर बार्टर में आने वाले हैं. हम बार्टर से निकल के I might say that teachers may understand it more often. या hallucination जो है हो सकता है आगे जाके लोग कपड़े या कुछ खाना वाना खरीदे ही नहीं, वो भी hallucination होगा. So it is more important for us to understand that what NEP 2020 is visualizing. So skill-based curricula, the verticals are being defined. I think NEP 2020 is adopted in your university also, right? And in my university, we have started this implementation of NEP 2020 since last 3 years. So the first course that we introduced was NEP-based course, in which the verticals were there. We have done lots of experiments. Then the second year, we started with apprenticeship embedded degree program. That is, in engineering we were having apprentice programs. In diploma we were having engineering diplomas. But apprenticeship embedded programs in commerce and management, in arts and humanities, interdisciplinary studies. So it was introduced in all the faculties. Again, it was thought that only learning about accountancy is not sufficient. Jay sir has already explained you that learning only chartered accounting was not sufficient. So we can see the degrees. We can see the experience, right? So it is again very important that we should have a multidisciplinary approach. Even I'm going to tell you something about venture, I should say. I always call it venture or passion that I have brought into existence as a skill development, right? We are talking from morning, and last word that Vasa sir has said, everything can happen, but maybe education will not be digitalized or it will not become a digital. But yes, already in 2021, we have digitalized education. So let us see how. Again, credit-based internships. This is a new thing that was introduced. We were having internships, summer internships, but they were not assessed, analyzed. It was not systematically being evaluated. Children, say MBA second year, first year student, they used to go to the industry, make a report. It was called project report. अभी भी वही बोला जाता है शायद, लेकिन आज उसको अलग अलग नाम दिए गए कि उसको पहले ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग करना है, उसको फील्ड वर्क करना है, फिर जाके उसको अपना रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट करना है. So it has taken a new version, an advanced version. But how? Through his experiential learning. Through the learning that when he goes to the industry, he is actually working in the office. For accounts student, we have done one experiment. They handled the risk management, the investment banking. They have handled the security management in banks. They worked with the managers, they worked with the people who are actually handling this. They worked with some of our scheduled banks. I can tell you one example. हमारे यहाँ scheduled bank में बच्चों को हमने ट्रेनिंग के लिए भेजा, and it was a total training. At say morning they attend their classes. 2 बजे के बाद में वो जाके बैंक में काम कर रहे हैं किसी न किसी ब्रांच में, और वहाँ पे they are actually handling the work. They are working as an employee and they are learning through that. उनको mentors है जो बैंक में है, उनको mentors है जो campus में है, and they all visit and they prepare a report every day. What work is done, how it is being done, and how it is being accomplished. Again, that is more important. And then at the end of their say semester, they are being evaluated 60% by the industry mentors and 40% by the teachers. So this is the system that was thought about for experiential outcome-based learning, which was again not only a physical attainment, but it was also virtual learning. We have digital freelancing, those assignments for the students, and nowadays students prefer it also. Those are also being evaluated in the same way. Just to understand, the skill certification was one of the major certification which was added to the assessment criteria. What skills were existing in the student and what was developed. So they have to give a skill certification. The industry has to give a skill certification. That was added. As I say, we have tried to club this NAP 2020, the total framework based on Finland model, which uses phenomena based learning. That is how it happens and how you do it. That is what in banking we have done. कि कैसे होता है बैंक में काम कैसे होता है. हमारी टेक्स्ट बुक्स में तो लिखा है, उसके प्रोडक्ट्स क्या लिखे, फिक्स डिपॉजिट है तो वो किस तरीके से कैलकुलेट किया जाता है इंटरेस्ट, वो किस तरीके से लोग सोचते हैं उसको और किसमें इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए. So they are also counseling the customers also. So USA based campus incubators. So even we have incubation centers in the campuses and cooperative programs, that is industry integrated or collaborative programs. That is the industry is giving us syllabus. They are giving us their requirements, their need, and accordingly the students are trying to learn from this curriculum. Then UK sandwich degree and apprenticeship. That is also being provided to students. Dual degree. Then we have apprenticeship embedded degree programs. In short, I will tell even students are there. These apprenticeship embedded programs in commerce management are linked to BCom, BFSI, retail, and even tourism, right? Tourism management. These are more popular. Logistics we have, and these programs, what they are doing, giving you a chance to work a whole year into industry. 2 years in the campus, 1 year totally at the industry. As an employee, you are being assessed, you are being supported with stipend from government as well as the industry in a 50-50 contribution. So it is again one of the very good model that is being introduced. If we calculate statistically, 40% conceptual learning, the same model, then practical exposure before going to the actual industry. It is also important that what you are going to do and what you are going to require. Even we used to say that trainings are very important. The student, when he passed out with a degree, he was given as a post as a trainee. 1 साल 2 साल वो ट्रेनिंग लेता था, फिर जाके कहीं वो एज अ एम्प्लॉय वर्क करता था, फिर उसको वो स्टेटस मिलता था. So now what we are doing, we are completing these stages within the campus, within the academics. उसकी डिग्री लेवल तक ही हम लोग ये कर रहे हैं. And the industry project immersion, that is giving credits to the industry knowledge, industry experience of the student also. So you are going to get marks for that also. There is a window kept for that. Online experiential models. And why I'm telling you this, I will come to the next slide fast. My time is being cut, and I know lots of rats are there in the campus. Yeah. Business simulation labs. I think there is a then financial market labs for commerce and management student is very important, that we should understand what is going on in the market, what is the requirement of the market, and how we are going to play a role in that particular market. So for that, what is the module that is being introduced? Then the activity type, mock company operations. Even in the classrooms, we have boardrooms, and there the students have tried to understand what are the company operations and how they are being worked. Even we have gone through the DTP operations, how they work, how to file right from there, how to code the files. Even we have tried to learn that. Even it teaches you decision making, leadership, analytical, financial skills, right? Then social responsibility, that is more important. Ethical employability is again one of the question when we come to this era of AI. So that is important. And even the problem solving skills that are being developed through this experiential learning modules. Case studies we used to use very often in the management education. Online experiential learning modules that we are using. This I am telling you which we are using. We have already implemented it in our curriculums, and we have tried to develop these skills of strategic thinking, digital skills of the students, entrepreneurial skills, professional competencies, and even the technical knowledges. Even Swayam platforms, they are offering you the courses. Not required that in your vertical 40% is being shared to the Swayam and NPTEL courses or the other courses. But these courses should be transferring the credits to your ABCI. That is important. It should be a credit transfer. And only those courses which are under the National Quality Framework are allowed to transfer the credits to the students if they are doing it from outside. ओके ये सिर्फ इसको हम लोग पास होने के लिए कर रहे हैं ऐसा नहीं सोचना. यस, यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द क्रेडिट्स. अगर आप किसी सब्जेक्ट में पैरेलल सब्जेक्ट है, आपको अलाउड किया है, उसमें फेल हो जाते हो और आपने कोई स्वयं का कोर्स किया या कोई इक्विवेलेंट कोर्स किया है तो उसके क्रेडिट्स आप यहाँ पे कैश कर सकते हो, लेकिन फिर उसके लिए जरूरी क्या है, इट शुड बी अ वैलिड कोर्स which is being listed by your university in their basket. Okay, so that is also one of the constraint for it. This is what we have done. We have launched a product. कोविड में कोई यूनिफॉर्म मतलब जस्ट खत्म हो गया था कोविड एंड दैट वाज द फर्स्ट ईयर, कोई यूनिफॉर्म खरीदना ही नहीं चाहता था। सबको मालूम था पहला ये हो गया, पता नहीं एक मेंटेलिटी तैयार हो गया था कि अभी तो कॉलेज जाना ही नहीं है, पहली बात तो। और अगर आपको वर्चुअली प्रेजेंट रहना है और टीचर ने बोल दिया कि नो यू शुड वियर यूनिफॉर्म, तो वो जो साड़ी बनती है ना वो उस तरीके से अगेन हैलुसिनेशन, राइट, तो वो बन जाता है डिजिटली। यस, बट व्हाट वी डिड, वी मेड अ टीम। और कुछ बच्चे हमारे पास आए जो जीआर होता है, जो सीआर होता है, उसको बहुत टेंशन होता है ना, कौन है यहाँ पे, उसको सबको कन्विंस करना पड़ता है। टीचर तो टास्क दे देते हैं, उसको कन्विंस करना पड़ता है कि आपको यूनिफॉर्म लेना है, इस रेट में लेना है, ये बंदा है जो सिलाएगा, इस दिन आपको नाप देने आना है, मेनी 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 ऑफ द एक्टिविटीज। कोई जिम्मेदारी लेने को तैयार नहीं। 3 सीआर बदल गए, चौथा बंदा आया, वो बोले बनाएंगे मैडम लेकिन इसको सोल्यूशन निकालना पड़ेगा। देन वी थॉट, वी मेड अ टीम ऑफ इंटरेस्टिंग पीपल। वी लॉन्च्ड यूनिफॉर्म विद अ वैल्यू। यूनिफॉर्म ही है, यूनिफॉर्म विद अ वैल्यू। उसको हमने एक स्टेटमेंट दिया जो हमारे डिपार्टमेंट के स्टेटमेंट से मैच करता था, जो स्टूडेंट्स के गोल से मैच करता था। हमने रिसर्च किया क्या इश्यूज हैं, हमने वेंडर निगोशिएशंस किए कि हमको कौन सा ऐसा टेलर है कि जो कंपैटिबल या कॉम्पिटिटिव प्राइस में वो ड्रेस देगा, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे कोई तैयार ही नहीं था। पहली बात तो नाप लेना भी तैयार नहीं था, कोविड का सेकंड फेज शुरू हो गया। यस, फिर आया सवाल की ठीक है, हमने रेमंड जो आउटलेट है उनसे भी बात की कपड़े के लिए वगैरह, बहुत से मतलब स्टूडेंट्स बहुत भाग दौड़ कर रहे थे, बट कॉस्ट और ब्रेकडाउन मिल नहीं रहा था। प्राइस बहुत नीचे लेके गए तो रेमंड का कपड़ा नहीं मिलता, और रेमंड का कपड़ा लेना है तो स्टूडेंट्स तैयार नहीं हो रहे थे। सो यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, बच्चों ने स्पॉन्सरशिप्स भी ढूंढे, बट दैट वाज नॉट अ सॉल्यूशन। स्पॉन्सरशिप इतने ज्यादा नहीं आ रहे थे। सो सी, इट वाज अ टोटल रेजिस्टेंस, इट वाज अ टोटल रिजेक्शन ऑफ यूनिफॉर्म एज अ प्रोडक्ट, और उस प्रोडक्ट को हमको लॉन्च करना था। देन वी वर्कड ऑन इट, वी गॉट ऑल द कॉस्ट इन्वॉल्व। टेलर हमको ऐसे मिले कि उन्होंने पहले सिला दिया, फिर हमसे पैसे लिए ऑन द ग्राउंड्स कि नहीं बच्चों का है काम, बच्चे कर रहे हैं। सो सी हाउ दे हैव निगोशिएटेड, स्टूडेंट्स ने कैसे निगोशिएट किया, टेलर की प्राइस भी पूरी दी, कपड़ा भी रेमंड का था, एंड एट द सेम टाइम व्हाट दे डिड, they also offered this uniform digitally to other management institutes also। और वहां से जो ऑर्डर्स आए, वहां से जो प्रॉफिट्स आए, उनमें से हमारे बच्चों को मॉडल बना के उनको ये यूनिफॉर्म सेल किए गए। इसका कॉस्ट घर में कम कर किया गया और वो उनको प्रॉफिट से मिल गया। बचा हुआ जो प्रॉफिट था, बिकॉज दिस वाज अ एक्टिविटी, एक्सपीरियंशियल एक्टिविटी, बचा हुआ जो प्रॉफिट था वो ये बच्चों ने, हमारे यहाँ पे उस टाइम पे कोविड में जिनके पेरेंट्स का डेथ हो गया था, ऐसे 3 बच्चे आए थे, उनका यूनिफॉर्म फ्री ऑफ चार्ज इन बच्चों ने करवाया। और लॉन्च एग्जीबिशन जो था वो डिजिटली किया गया, एंड इट वाज थ्रू यूट्यूब, सोशल मीडिया का हर हम लोग बोलते हैं प्लेटफॉर्म उस पर यूज किया गया, एंड इट वाज फर्स्ट ऑफ इट्स काइंड, एंड वी गॉट अ सर्टिफिकेट कि पहले टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री हुआ करती थी, क्लोथिंग इंडस्ट्री हुआ करती थी, एंड फर्स्ट टाइम व्हाट वी लॉन्च वाज अ यूनिफॉर्म इंडस्ट्री. सुना है कभी? और आज जो है, आज जो स्कूल्स में, कॉर्पोरेट्स में, सब जगह पे यूनिफॉर्म इंडस्ट्री जाती. तो ये थॉट था, दिस वाज अ थिंकिंग, दिस वाज अ वैल्यू दैट वाज इनकलकेटेड कि हमको यूनिफॉर्म पहनना है, किस लिए? कि हम सब कोविड से लड़ सके. So this was all the activities that were performed by the students. उन्होंने इसमें से पढ़ा, समझा और ये प्रैक्टिस से लर्न किया. So that was very important. Learning outcomes हम लोगों ने इसमें से study किए because it was very important that when you launch certain activity based syllabus or curricula, then you have to also find out the outcomes, whether they are matching the reality or they are just the activity. So these were the experiential learning outcomes, and really it was the trust form. एंटरप्रेन्योरल कॉन्फिडेंस इतना बढ़ गया कि 8 लोगों की टीम थी, उसमें से 6 लोगों के अपने बिजनेसेस है. They have launched their own ventures, and this I am telling you in reality. 2 of the students, they got job in a very renowned and reliable employment, and that also with a very good salary. और ये कोविड में हुआ है. कोविड में जब हम लोग बोलते थे या हमको खुद को फेस करना बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा था कि बच्चों को प्लेसमेंट कैसे मिलेंगे. So that was in that particular phase, and more about leadership abilities and the thinking abilities, what we always say, that were developed in the students. Then this was the second model we practiced. अभी अगस्त का महीना शुरू हो गया, श्रावण शुरू हो जाता है, उपवास होते हैं, and we are in a campus of 600 and more acres. बहुत बड़ा कैंपस है यूनिवर्सिटी का, and it is 14 kilometers away from the city. तो हम लोग हमेशा बहुत हंस के बोलते हैं कि हम जंगल में रहते हैं. तो अगर घर से टिफिन नहीं लेके गए तो आज जैसे स्टार्व कर रहे हैं वैसे ही होगा. So what we did, we organized a मंडी. एक स्टूडेंट था कि जिसके यहाँ पे ककड़ी बहुत ज़्यादा हुई थी उस साल, and he was very nervous. वो आया, बोले कि कोई ले नहीं रहा, अच्छी ककड़ी है लेकिन कोई खरीद नहीं रहा. तो हमने उसका एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया. We tried to help the whole village which is near to the university. उनसे हमने ककड़ी मंगवाई, स्टॉल्स लगाए जगह जगह पे, फिर बच्चों को असाइनमेंट दिए कि जिसका ज़्यादा सेल होगा उसको अवार्ड दिया जाएगा. एंड दे ट्राई टू कम अप विद देयर आइडियाज. किसी ने मार्केटिंग की आइडिया लाई, किसी ने प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट लाई, किसी ने उसका प्रेजेंटेशन अलग से किया, किसी ने क्लीनलीनेस पे फोकस किया. एंड द बेस्ट थिंग दैट वाज फाउंड दैट सेल वाज वेरी गुड, नो डाउट, बट द प्रोडक्ट दैट वाज वेस्ट एंड वो फेंकने के लिए जाने वाला था, वो मार्केट में आया. So there were some products which were made for preservation by some of the students. का अचार भी बना, जो मैंने तो कभी खाया नहीं था पहले, उसका अचार भी बना. कुछ बच्चों ने अचार बनाया उसका, and that was again we can say मैनेजमेंट के स्टूडेंट थे, कोई ऐसे इंजीनियरिंग या इसमें से नहीं आए, राइट? आर्ट्स, कॉमर्स, साइंस की ज़्यादा बच्चे थे, बट दे थॉट अबाउट इट. जरूरी नहीं है कि आपने लाइफ साइंसेस ही किया होना चाहिए या होम साइंसेस किया होना चाहिए कि आपको वो आए. तो दिस वाज द मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी अप्रोच दैट द स्टूडेंट्स हैव ट्राइड टू लर्न. सेल्स एनालिटिक्स हमने इसमें बच्चों को पढ़ाया. उनका ही इन्वेस्टमेंट, वी आर नॉट इन्वेस्टेड अ पाई इन दैट, राइट? बच्चों का ही इन्वेस्टमेंट, उन्होंने ही सब मैनेज किया, कॉस्ट मैनेज किए, प्राइसिंग मैनेज किए, प्रॉफिट वाज शेयर्ड बाय देम. अगर टीम से तो टीम ने प्रॉफिट शेयर किया, इंडिविजुअल है तो इंडिविजुअल ने उसका अपना प्रॉफिट है. So this was just a learning activity from our side, but it was audited. Audited by who? The auditors of our university. तो उनको वो भी एक्सपीरियंस आया कि क्या गलत हुआ, क्या कर सकते थे. तो see, it is the involvement of everyone And this year we are launching the digital Mandi. So let us see how it is going to work. Every year we are doing some different activity, and in that now on university campus we are trying to come up with the digital Mandi because we have 14 schools on the campus. This is one of the models that we have tried to bring for learning for all the students on the campus. This is a souvenir shop. Convocation के लिए बच्चे आते हैं, conferences and other events के लिए आते हैं, जो alumni हैं, alumni meet के लिए आते हैं, and they always think that मैं क्या लेके जाऊँ, तो वो selfies निकाल रहे हैं, है ना? और जो convocation को आता है उसको अपना एक photo चाहिए होता है. So what we did, we established this souvenir shop and a photo shop also. वैसा पहने पूरा वो गाउन एंड उसमें वो फोटो ले, और उस फोटो के हमने उसको चार्जेस रखे 5 रुपीज. फोटो अगर आपको प्रिंट करके चाहिए तो 15 रुपीज, सॉफ्ट कॉपी चाहिए 5 रुपीज. उसके मोबाइल में ही उसको हम उसका फोटो दे रहे थे, राइट. बट इट वर्क वेरी वेल. Alumni of our school, they have invested in that. जो basic बच्चों को product बनाने थे, then there were souvenir products, mugs थे, pens थे, many of those. I can list it out. Students operated the shop. They learned how to advertise. की teams बनी, किसको कैसे कहाँ पे कांटेक्ट करना है, कन्वेंशन के इतने बड़े हॉल में कौन पोटेंशियल कस्टमर है उसको कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करना, ये भी हमने सिखाया. फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग, प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग, एंड आल्सो इफ वी हैव टू गो विद अ एस्टैब्लिश्ड शॉप, हाउ द गवर्नमेंट रजिस्ट्रेशंस एंड जीएसटी एंड एवरीथिंग इज बीइंग डन, वो भी सब बच्चों ने किया. आरओआई कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं ये भी उन्होंने उसमें से सीखा. सो इट वाज अ एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग इन टोटल. These were the outcomes that we have calculated. Again, at a glance, major was entrepreneurial orientation. तो आगे जाके हमको बोलना नहीं पड़ा कि इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर जाओ, वहाँ जाके आप. So we have e-sales. E-sales तैयार किए. एक अकेला नहीं कर सकता है, लेकिन कोई है जो एनवायरमेंट स्टडीज में है, उसने कोई प्रोडक्ट बनाया, कोई किसी ने लाइफ साइंसेस में बनाया है, उसको हमने कमर्शियलाइज करने के लिए मैनेजमेंट डिपार्टमेंट के बच्चों ने उनको टीम अप किया. सो दैट इज आल्सो वन ऑफ द काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटी वी प्रमोटेड थ्रू दिस एक्टिविटीज. फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी नॉट ओनली टू द मैनेजमेंट स्टूडेंट्स बट आल्सो टू द स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग, टू द स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ अदर साइंस डिपार्टमेंट्स, बिकॉज दे आर गोइंग टू बी द फ्यूचर एंटरप्रेन्योर्स. तो उनको वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना चाहिए हाउ दे आर गोइंग टू इन्वेस्ट. वो भी हमने इन एक्टिविटीज में से उनको भी इन्वॉल्व करके उनको ये सिखाया. कम्युनिकेशन स्किल वाज मेजर. टीम में अगर 2 बोलने वाले बच्चे हैं तो हम उसमें 2 बच्चे जो उनको मालूम है कि इंट्रोवर्ट है, ज्यादा बोलते नहीं है, उनको उनके साथ में लिया एंड देन वी एक्सपेरिमेंटेड इट. रादर एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग के साथ में एक्सपेरिमेंटल लर्निंग भी उसमें बहुत सा हमने इनकॉर्पोरेट किया, एंड वी फाउंड अ वेरी गुड रिजल्ट्स ऑफ दैट. Even why I'm telling na, here the teachers are sitting, it gives you just 5 minutes or 10 minutes extra other than the lectures you are teaching activities. या कभी कोई टीचर नहीं आ रहे हैं तो वो लेक्चर खाली जाता है, उस टाइम पे बच्चे ये सब करते हैं, राइट. रादर देन डिस्ट्रैक्टिंग या मोबाइल पे जाने की बजाय मोबाइल में ही वो अपना काम कर सकते. Institutional responsibility, curriculum should be designed in that way कि उसमें scope रहे experiential learning के लिए. It should be credit based, and as I said, faculty जो है उनका contribution बहुत important है. Those are the mentors of the students. They are the role models of the students, and it is very necessary that when the management and teachers are involved in this learning phase, then and then only such experiments they come to reality. अगर यहाँ पे इंडस्ट्री से भी कोई लोग आए हैं तो इट इज वेरी नेसेसरी कि आप सिमुलेशन लैब एस्टैब्लिश करने में एकेडमिक्स को मदद करिए. What we do, we organize summits. The local industries जलगांव में तो बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, but we are very rich in banana, we are very rich in gold, and Jalgaon is very well known for plastic also, right? Plastic mattresses and plastic manufacturing. So we tried to create the simulation labs with them, and the industries now are hiring our students 2 to 6 every day. The student is at the industry or maybe a service industry. Okay, not necessary कि वो manufacturing में ही जाए. So in the service industry also, with the banks, with the CA, CA बहुत लोग थे, तो I'm very happy कि हमारा जो chapter है sir, chartered accountants का, they are very helpful to us. So our students are being hired as interns. Okay, they learn with the CAs, they learn how accounting is done, how bookkeeping is done, and we train them under Visharad. That is one of the venture. It is the skill development center. Open up your mobiles, please. I'm coming to the last phase. Open up your mobiles. Everyone has internet on the mobiles. Just type in Google search www.nmu, N for North, M for Maharashtra, U for University, .ac.in. Now you are at the website. Can you see first tag skill development? Just click on it. Open. There you can see a menu which leads you to the courses. This is Visharad, the Skill Development Center. This is a digital platform of Kavayatri Bahinabai Chaudhary North Maharashtra University, which offers more than 21,000 courses digitally at one click to the students. Some courses are online, some are offline, and many of them are blended also. Some of the courses are paid courses, and many of them are free of charge courses under the CSR, because we are a conventional university. And the main motive or objective of this center is to provide the skill to students who are under the unprivileged class as well as the privileged class. Everyone who wants, every stakeholder who wants to upskill or who wants to take skills or upgrade his skills. So many of the courses computer related, rather what we say na, you name it and have it. तो अगर आपके घर में प्लम्बिंग का इशू आता है तो आप अभी YouTube खोलते हो, वहाँ पे देख लेते हो कि स्टार्टिंग में मुझे क्या करना है, मटेरियल चाहिए तो ब्लिंकिट पे जाते हो, तो ये भी सिखाने वाले कोर्सेस. Okay, so from the basic level to the higher level. So this is very important. In this way, we organize a boardroom. As I said, industry people are there, academicians are there, and students, and we have many of the new ventures launching through these boardrooms. जैसे बोर्डरूम में मीटिंग होती है, डिसीजन मेकिंग होता है, उसी तरीके से हम उसको एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं. So let us not teach business, but let us build business within education. So that is our motto, that is our objective. Thank you. So I would thank Vanita Vishram University, Women's University, for giving me this opportunity to present in front of you. And I think I am within time, and I have covered the time.
Yes.
But am I able to enter into your thoughts?
Yes.
कर सकते हैं? So next time when I visit madam, there might be one of such experiential learning venture in your university. So that will be a credit that will go to you. Okay?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such an enriching and thought-provoking session. The practical framework you have shared today provides an invaluable blueprint that will empower educators to transform their classrooms. Distinguished delegates and participants will now break for lunch. Kindly proceed to the dining area and reassemble by 2:30 p.m. Sharp for the parallel technical paper presentation sessions. The classrooms have already been assigned and they have been shared in your class WhatsApp group.
In the same building where you are going to take the lunch, उसपे first floor पे lift is there, so you can go on the second floor.
Our volunteers will be pleased to assist you. Directions to the dining area remains the same where we had breakfast in the morning. So we look forward to welcome you all sharp at 2:30 p.m.
सर आप उनका तो लग
Please welcome lunch.
So the topic is kept here. Was it there?